We're on Clinton Street, and Clinton Street is set aside by the city to be a primary route for bicycles to go east-west from the eastern suburbs into downtown. And just today is the first day that the city has made some improvements to Clinton for bicycles. And those improvements consist of two intersections where cars cannot go east or west on Clinton Street. They have to turn north or south. And that type of concrete barrier is called a diverter because it diverts off the car traffic from the street. And the problem is that over the last 5 years, car traffic has been increasing in Portland, and a lot of cars have been using Clinton Street as their through street between downtown and wherever they're going at the end of the day, and that's made it uncomfortable and also hazardous for people on bicycles. And we get a lot of reports that, like, mothers with children and old people are just not comfortable riding on the street like they were 5 years ago. And so we asked the city, hey, can you make some improvements to Clinton Street? And we think that the thing that's really going to work is just like you've done in many other places in the city to put in these diverters. They have them in it like Lincoln and 20th, Ankeny and 20th, Tillamook and 16th, 15th and Doe and places like that. And so today they put in two, and so we're just here and we're inviting people to sign thank you notes to the city. If they like the changes, sign a thank you note to the city. The bicyclists are very excited. Some of them are almost ecstatic. I mean, especially the ones that have been riding this route for a couple of years, and they know how nice it was 5 years ago, and they know how bad it was as recently as last week. You know, I don't know if you're getting this on camera, but some people are very enthusiastic about coming up here to sign a thank you note to City Hall. And I'm not sure about the cars. You know, I mean, the cars seem to be nonplussed. So, but some of them, you know, understandably, they are a little bit frustrated because even though this is not an arterial route for the city by any means, they've been using it as such for a couple of years, and now they need to change their ways. So. There have been lots and lots of cases where cars are passing bicycles in an unlawful sort of manner.
Hey, you want a cookie?
You're supposed to wait until there's a clear space on the left-hand side of the road to pass them, but there's lots of people in cars that, for whatever reason, choose to zip around bicycles, even if there's oncoming bicycle traffic in the other direction, and basically bully their way through just because they know that if there's a crash, the bicyclists are going to lose. A lot of the people in cars on Clinton Street come to Clinton Street because they know that if they try to edge their way around bicycles, that they'll save themselves 45 seconds or like a minute 30 on their commute home. Diverters have been in the standard toolkit for the city and the state. You know, you go back and read the manuals from the 70s and 80s, and they say, if we want to make a good bicycle route, one way of doing it is to put in diverters, and you can do it by making a diagonal curve across the intersection like Tillamook and 16th, or you can do it by putting a curve up the middle of the intersection like Lincoln and 20th. You know, there's about 7 different designs, and they've all been off the shelf, approved for use on neighborhoods to keep cut-through traffic off the streets. So.